Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of girls high school basketball. It's another Northwest Suburban Conference showdown as the Cardinals host the Osseo Orioles. Joey out Howie Shapiro sidelines, and Howie, this is a game for the Cardinals at 1-13. One of the weaker teams in the conference, but still a big challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a team in Coon Rapids that new system. You look at that first half of the season, it's kind of to figure out what you have. Second half is to put all that together. So I think that's where the Cardinals are right now. And you're right, just a one-win team for Coon Rapids, a four-win team for Osseo, but an opportunity for the Cardinals to get off the schneid, see if they can get a win.
Yeah, Osseo only 4 wins on the season, so they could be vulnerable. They don't score a lot of points, but they have a pretty good defense, and they do have one young lady who can definitely fill the hoop.
Yeah, Lil Wilson is really good, 20 points a game, and the Cardinals know this, and the Cardinals know defensively, which you're going to see a lot of different things tonight defensively for Coon Rapids. They're going to have to really keep an eye on her. They're going to have to limit her scoring if they want an opportunity to win.
Yeah, you talk about the new program for the Cardinals. They have definitely been some growing pains throughout the season, hoping that they have some things figured out. One thing they know is that they have a handful of girls who have been steadily improving throughout the season, and one of them is Kaylee Bierman.
Yeah, Kaylee's really having a nice season. She averaged about 8 points and 5 boards a game. But the interesting story tonight, Joe, is that she was at Osseo last year. So an opportunity for her to come over. She knows the program. She's got an opportunity to get back and see if she can get the win against her former squad.
Well, Cardinals could desperately use a victory. This is going to be a tough one against a tough Osseo defense. The Orioles and the Cardinals take the floor next on CTN. All right, Howie, take a look. Our opponents are on this side, and the Cardinals are over here. Where's the line of scrimmage?
Right here.
Good. So obviously the Cards want to get the ball downfield anywhere over here, and the other guys are pushing back this way over here. So one strategy would take...
Hey, Joe!
What?
Tic-tac-toe, I win!
Back at the Cardinals' home floor here at Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse. And a relatively good crowd on hand. A lot of support for senior Malia Dean on her 18th birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Malia, for sure. This is great. A lot of people made some posters for her, and very exciting stuff. So,
and the band's
18.
in the house.
Remember when you were 18? Yeah, we were listening to the band with their hard metal rock selection.
Well, and, we talked a little bit about the change in their playing style. Obviously, a new coaching staff, a lot of new things. But one thing you can't coach is size, and the Cardinals just don't have much.
They do not, and that's something that they've been lacking, and certainly looking for that would be great for them to be able to get some contributions. It's not always easy to get those rebounds, but if you can do a little boxing out and get an opportunity, even though you're not quite as big, maybe you get an opportunity to athletically get a rebound, because I think they are pretty athletic, the Cardinals, but they're quick. But yeah, they definitely don't have the bodies to match up.
Well, and Osseo, another team very similar in makeup, as far as they have a little bit of size, not a ton. They have a lot of smaller players, but a really impressive defense for Coach Erline. They give up less than 60 points a game.
They make their hay with their defense, and he said the offense is starting to come around a little bit, but defense has been a big emphasis, and we're going to see it here tonight. And for a team like the Cardinals who are struggling to score points, it's going to be difficult, because if they're up against a tough defense, they're going to may have a difficult time putting the ball in the basket.
Well, fast start is always what you look for when you take the floor. But with a team that has had scoring struggles all season, it becomes imperative night after night for the Cardinals. Last week, scoring a little bit better. Throw the Maple Grove game out of there. That one didn't really happen.
Right.
The other two games, at least they're getting 45 and 51 points above the average that they've had, and that's something that they've looked to change throughout the season. Hargrove able to win the tip, and Osseo with the initial possession. Alea Wilson will move it left side. Josiah White can't score underneath. The rebound by Bierman. She'll push it up floor too far for Sophia Smith, and a turnover right back to the Orioles.
Yeah, I like the thought. It does, unfortunately, just too much on that pass. And Josiah White is a sophomore point guard, and I know Coach Bierman and I had a chat, and we're going to try and pressure her and see if we can get some turnovers.
Jalen Choi, that pass, and Wilson had just evacuated the area, but Josiah White able to pick it up. Drive won't go for Tatum Miller, but Osseo gets the rebound. Choi kicks it out. 3-point attempt for Josiah White. Off the mark, out of bounds to the Cardinals.
Joe, I think it'll be a big factor for the Cardinals if they, they need to get stops. They need to limit Osseo to one attempt. But I think it's really important for them to be able to score baskets off those misses.
Alex Schmidt able to get it into the front court. Her pass deflected. Going to the floor for it was White. Comes up with the steal. Choi on the run for Osseo. Leaves it off. Back inside goes Miller, and she gets the first points of the game. Full court pressure from Osseo right off the bat, and
out of bounds.
Kaylin Green came out of bounds to accept the inbound, and another turnover. And
well, we talked about the defense from the jump, and you can tell what Osseo likes to do. They like to make teams feel uncomfortable, and right now, early on, they're doing that to the Cardinals.
Choi gives it to Wilson in the paint. She'll bring it back out for White high on the left side. Miller avoids the pressure from Green, kicks it out for Hargrove up top. Wilson, the three-pointer, won't fall. Miller can't control the rebound. Wilson gets it herself and puts it home.
Yeah, it's just the fact you're not getting that rebound off the miss, and you allow them a second chance, and Wilson's going to make you pay. Now you see the pressure. The Cardinals. Green doing a good job of alleviating it.
Kaylin Green all the way to the other end, draws the foul on Jalen Choi, and will go to the line to shoot two. And getting Miller or Wilson certainly in foul trouble would be a benefit, but Jalen Choi, their point guard, one of their guards, and their second leading scorer, getting any of those girls in foul trouble early would be a benefit for the Cardinals, certainly.
You know, and I think Coach Bierman wants to see Green become the scorer, become a scorer, and lead this team in that department. And I think what they've done is changed up a little defensively, so she can concentrate a little bit more on getting points.
Orioles able to pass into the front court. Choi turns, shoots. Shot comes up short. Miller tips it. Ends up out of bounds. It'll be Cardinal ball.
I like the hustle. I like the hustle from Miller. She's able to.
Well, Tatum Miller, by far my favorite player on the floor.
Absolutely.
And that was easy. Everyone knew that. Bierman slows it down, hands it off for Beck. And we have a foul on the transfer. It's going to go against Josiah White.
I like to see Casey Beck out there. She got hurt last game. She was having some issues with a knee, and I know that it was tightening up a little bit during the week and during practice yesterday. And
inbound goes to Green. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebound by Wilson. Miller pushing it up just out of the reach of Choi, and she did get a fingertip on it. It'll be Cardinal ball. And you talked about it, if and when they can come up with stops, need to be able to convert.
Well, yeah, they will have to find an answer for this defense.
Schmidt up top, Beck for three, it's good.
And that's an answer. That's what you do. You move the ball around the perimeter, you get that good look from one of your better players up top, and Beck's able to drop it.
Cardinals with a lead at 5-4. Wilson will drive and score and take the lead right back for Osseo. Green with it on the far sideline, working against Choi. Get it up to Beck, and the Cardinals looking for a hole to come in from that perimeter. That pass too tall for Sophia Smith, and they turn it back over.
Again, they're trying to work that middle, and again, the pass just a little bit too much. Nice job, Beck, bringing it up top outside the arc.
Wilson drawing defenders, had it stripped by Beck. Beck will push it for Green, slowed by Miller, spun to the lane and lost it. Hargrove hands it back to Miller. Tatum Miller working into the front court, got it over to Wilson. Wilson finds a seam, backdoor. Hargrove gets the foul, will go to the line to shoot two. Casey Beck picking up her first.
Well, the pass to Hargrove wasn't as clean as it needed to be. She had to adjust a little bit, and that's why she couldn't get that easy shot in close.
Mina Hargrove hits the first. And she hit them both. Bierman down the right side, forces it up. Shot won't go. Rebound tip to Green. Worked around Bierman for three. That's well off the mark. Choi will grab it and take it on the run. Backdoor feed. White is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, defensively, the Cardinals will have to come up with an answer. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make that. But second time down court, they worked that backdoor feed. She's got an opportunity to earn them from the stripe.
She misses the first. Able to hit the second, make it an 8-5 lead for the Blackbirds. A good pressure on the ball, forces another turnover by the Cardinals. Hargrove inside to White, back outside. Choi open look for three. That one won't fall. Hargrove got a piece of it, but a foul underneath is going to be called against Osseo. I think this is going to go against Josiah White.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive going after that. Yep.
Nope, they are going to call it against Hargrove.
Yep. So that'll be team third, her first.
Bierman trap, gets it back to Beck. Bierman up court, Palmer in the corner. Back up top and around. Bierman an open look for three. That one's short. Long rebound taken by Miller. Orioles quickly again get it to midcourt. This one out of bounds, last touch by the Cardinals, so. No, it was last touch by the Orioles.
Yep.
Persia Glenn checking in.
Well, both teams will probably go 8 to 10 deep. I know Coach Erline told me he'll go 8 to 10 deep, most likely 10.
That pass out of the reach of Bierman. Miller wanted to take it right back in, but it will back out instead. Wilson working against Palmer. Kicks it back out to Miller. White A lot of time. The shot off the rim. Persia Glenn with the rebound for the Cardinals. And another pass just a little too high for its intended target. Another turnover for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, way too many turnovers here for the Cardinals.
Let's get it back, Cardinals!
Vanessa Papa with a three-pointer that won't fall. Green pushing it up court off the hands of Schmidt and over into the orchestra pit.
Coach Bierman cheering his squad on and trying to get his girls fired up here. A couple of turnovers back to back for the Cardinals.
But Coon Rapids fortunate that their turnovers early in this contest hasn't led to a bigger deficit.
Well, Orioles haven't been very
that was a travel at the top by Araya Mitchell.
Offensively so far, and that's what Coach Erling talked about. Offensively, we're not there yet. Defensively, as you can see, they're pretty stellar. They do a really good job of smothering you and taking you out of your game. But offensively, they're not there quite yet.
Bierman weaving her way. Miller thought she had the rip. Instead, she's got the foul.
Well, I don't know. I think she may have had a case there. She got a lot of
an awful lot of leather there. Bierman will go to the line to shoot two nonetheless.
And, I think free throw opportunities tonight will be extremely important. I mean, especially when you're struggling offensively, you get those free looks at the line, you got to make them count. Bierman so far made the first.
And it's a 2-point game. Cardinals trying to bring some pressure. Orioles able to pass out of it. Wilson steps up, shot won't go. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Palmer. Kaylin Green on the right side. Working against Papa, kicks it left side for Bierman. Bierman will get it back to Green. Papa extends on defense. High post for Persia Glenn, working against Hargrove, hands it off. Bierman finds a lane, left-hander won't fall. Schmidt can't control the rebound, able to steal it back, and then is fouled. So a good job staying with it by Alex Schmidt. Hargrove initially had the rebound, and Schmidt ripped it back, and then Hargrove with the foul.
And both Schmidt and Beck obviously are going to have to come up big here tonight underneath the glass.
Inbound is disrupted. A fight for it on the floor, tied up. Cardinals will keep it on the arrow. But good hands by Araya Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell came in there making sure she tied that basketball up. But the Cardinals, just as you talked about earlier, they're fortunate with their turnovers. They're not trailing by more.
Back a three-pointer. Does not go down. Papa to the other end. Metter a three-pointer. That won't go. The rebound by Beck. Wilson nearly jumped the lane. Bierman drives to the paint. Spins, but can't finish. Glenn the rebound. Her shot won't go. Glenn stays with it, gets the rebound, gets the foul. Will go to the line and shoot two. Foul's going to go against Araya Mitchell.
So that's already the sixth team foul on the Orioles. We're still plenty of time left in this opening half, so an opportunity for the Cardinals to get one more. They'll be in the bonus situation.
Maya Tangwell into the game for the first time for the Cardinals. Choi back out there for Osseo. Cardinals early on, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. We're tied at 9.
Well, you can make some hay at the free throw line to get the opportunity.
Wilson finds some room, takes it strong to the hole and gets a basket.
That was a little bit of contact, nothing called there.
Bierman hands it off. Tangwall is fouled by Wilson, trying to tip it free from behind.
Well, Wilson has 6 of the 11 Oriole points here so far. Tangwell at the line.
Leah Graham into the contest for the Cardinals. Tangwall shooting a 1-and-1, hit the front of the iron on the first one. Cardinals with no one challenging in the lane. Choi gets it back to White on the left side, steps through some defenders, throws up his shot that won't go. Wilson has the rebound. She went up into a lot of traffic and gets the foul. Persia Glenn felt she had another rip.
Again, Wilson active underneath the basket. You can see why she averages 20 points. She does a nice job of going after misses and gets opportunities to put those misses back, but now an opportunity to earn them from the stripe.
Graham is called for the foul. So Wilson able to score the last 4 points of the contest, get her team a 4-point lead. She goes to the bench for a breather. Full court pressure continues for the Orioles. Green running past Choi. Her pass, though, right into the leg of Mia Metler. Inbound to Glenn. Her shot won't fall.
I like the thought offensively.
Anderson all the way to the other end, but comes up empty. Glenn quickly for Graham on the run. Graham gets a foul, will go to the line to shoot 2. Miller. Awestruck.
Yes, that's her second. Taking another look at that. She's got a little bit of the body. Not a lot of contact, but enough where the official called it.
Some youth for Coach Bierman. Aaliyah Graham, just a freshman. Got, of course, Kaylin Green, also just a freshman. Persia Glenn going to be called up for the infraction this time as Choi ran into her. But you got
8 freshmen.
Well, and you got Jakaya Palmer is a freshman also.
Exactly.
Who came in. Steal by Beck on the inbound. That pass tipped by Wilson, taken away by Anderson.
Active hands and just a great job of tipping that pass.
Choi is fouled and will go to the line.
Just the 5th team foul on the Cardinals.
Schmitz first. Choi's shot is in and out as Kaylee Bierman checks back in. Tengwall just a sophomore checking out, so
Yeah, there's
a lot of youth.
A lot of youth, a lot to build on.
Choi able to hit the second one, push it back to a 4-point lead. Bierman battling through the pressure from Wilson, picks up a screen from back, but that forced the turnover.
That's like a
all the
carry
confusion,
to me. Yeah.
and then a carry by Wilson on the run.
Well, Bierman not happy. She thought she was fouled on that play. Nothing called.
Bierman kicks it back out, back a little head fake, back to Bierman. Trying to get to the middle, got stripped. Schmidt's shot won't go. Anderson has the rebound for Osseo. Up court, taken away by Kaylin Green. Able to get through that pressure from Anderson, now needs some help.
Yeah, just smart defensive play by Kaylin Green. Able to step in front in the passing lane.
Back finds enough room to get the jumper off, and she gets it to fall. It's a 2-point game just over midway through the first half.
5 points on the night for Casey Beck so far for the Cardinals.
Three-pointer for Wilson is good.
Yeah, that's how you answer if you're Osseo. Oh, another steal.
Wilson takes it straight to the hole, comes up empty. White can't control the rebound, lost out of bounds. She wants a foul. Wilson felt there was contact on the initial shot as well.
Good job, nice step back by Beck. Just gets the home rim roll bounce. And then Wilson came down and answered with a 3.
Beck gets it into the front court. Tight defense from Josiah White, and maybe a little too tight. Got a hand in and will get the foul. And the foul trouble clearly frustrating a couple members of the Osseo team.
So that's her second. Foul number 9.
White will come out. Papa back in. Back hits 1 and 2. It's a 17-13 lead for the Orioles. Choi spinning away from Palmer. Great look underneath, but Mitchell might have been caught a little by surprise as the pass came to her and had to back out. That one deflected away from Wilson out of bounds.
Well, that pass had a little cheese on it. It had a little speed on it.
Choi kicks it out. Mitchell thought about the shot. Will take it to the paint. Runner won't go. Rebound tipped around. Green able to control for the Cardinals. Ahead for Palmer into the corner. Bierman underneath. Alex Schmidt. She scores at the back door.
Yeah, beautiful look from Bierman. Able to get it underneath. Cardinals cut the lead to 2. And those are the kind of things that you have to have if you're Coon Rapids.
Wilson trying to drop it underneath. Does. Back out to Papa. Three-pointer rims out. Rebound by Beck. And she traveled as she was in a lot of traffic. Good pressure provided partially by Tashea Anderson.
Well, again, you get a couple of Oriole defenders around you troubling you with the basketball, and those are the kind of things that can happen.
Anderson's pass out top, disrupted by Green. Tracked down in the backcourt, double team comes. Wilson able to get around it. Steps up, shot is good.
Yeah, just a nice job. Didn't hesitate to stop and shoot. She has 13 of the 19 Oriole points.
Green spins her way to the other end and scoops it home.
Pretty little move by Green as she's able to go to the other side of the basket. She's got a nice move underneath.
Anderson for three, misses everything. Out of bounds to the Cardinals.
Coach Bierman has to love the effort at this point so far. Cardinals not letting Osseo get much of a lead. I believe their biggest lead was 5, maybe?
You are correct, sir. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Turnovers always kill you. And as you mentioned earlier, we'll go back to that point. Fortunately, even though the amount of turnovers that Coon Rapids has been accumulating, they're only down by 2.
Wilson slicing through the defense. Too much on the shot. Recovered by Mitchell. Choi in the middle, lost the handle, but she was fouled. That'll be number 6 against the Cardinals. Just under 6 minutes remain in this opening half. Schmidt picking up her second.
Yeah, and she's going to, oh no, I thought maybe she'd be coming out, but no. Green's going to take a seat on the bench.
Choi for 3, it's good.
Big three-pointer for Choi. Puts the lead back to 5. And again, pressure mounting defensively. The Orioles doing a good job of it.
Osseo fans wanted the double dribble on Palmer. It did look like she brought that second hand up. Good look to find Bierman underneath, and she scores.
Yeah, I like the fact that she didn't have the look. She had to go to the other side, but able to get the bucket. She has 4.
Choi finds some room. Jump shot in and out. The rebound by Persia Glenn. Back troubled by Mariana Franklin. Long jumper for Glenn, off the glass and in. It's back to a 1-point game, and we've got a timeout.
Yeah, look at it. Coach Bierman fired up. He's got his squad fired up. Down by 1. A good timeout. Talk about things now just trailing by 1. All the pressure that the defense has been applying for Osseo hasn't really affected too much in terms of the scoreboard. Cardinals have been turning the ball over, but however, the Orioles haven't been able to really build up any kind of a lead. Give credit to Coon Rapids for just staying close and cutting into that lead.
Well, the Cardinals, I said early on, if they only win 1, let it be against Washburn.
Yeah.
They got the win against Washburn. I said,
for you.
As soon as that happened, I said, let's not let that be the only win.
Yes.
I know the Cardinals would love any other victory, but certainly a win in the conference on their home floor.
Exactly.
And tonight is a great opportunity for that. And the longer they stay close, the more likely or possible that scenario becomes. Wilson across midcourt, nearly dragged that foot, but got it over to Choi. Right side for Franklin. Left alone up top. She gives it off to Choi. Choi looking for some room. Will take it in. She's fouled and will go to line. No. Offensive foul. Yep. The Cardinals defense forces another turnover and an opportunity here for them to take a lead. They did have that brief lead at 5-4, and they turned it over. Choi, Wilson. Wilson had it stripped right to Sophia Smith.
Persia Glenn got a hand in on that one.
Beck pulls up for three. It's off the mark. Glenn battles, gets the rebound, takes it in and scores.
Yeah, she's done a nice job off the bench. Really nice quality minutes. She's got a half a dozen. Cardinals now up top by one.
But they leave Mettler alone underneath, and she gets the lead right back for Osseo.
That's a kick.
Inbound goes to Bierman, watched by Papa, picked up by Franklin as she crosses into front court. Jakaya Palmer looking for something against Wilson, can't find it. Back out to Casey Beck. And that is a moving screen set by Persia Glenn.
No, that's a foul on Osseo.
They're going to call it on Papa.
Yep.
For a push. And that's number 10, so be a two-shot foul. Trying to determine which
That's Casey Beck.
Cardinal gets to take the shot. It will be Casey Beck. And again, the Cardinals put no one on the lane. Beck brings us to even at 24. And Coon Rapids back in front.
All those hours in the gym shooting free throws pays off.
They're so important.
They really are. I mean, their free throw possession has been great tonight.
It has. It has. Well, and Osseo as well. I mean, both teams have been shooting well at the line. And Wilson just gets in close enough and gets the foul on Persia Glenn.
That's the 7th team foul on Coon Rapids, 2nd on Glenn.
Wilson trying to put her team right back in front. 3.5 minutes to play in the opening half. Second one off the mark. Green has the rebound. She's fouled by Choi. And we'll go to the other end to take a couple of free throws.
Choi, that will be her second.
Green hits the first, but the second hard off the back of the rim. Wilson lost the handle. Cardinals able to save it. Great play by Schmidt. Her and Glenn both going for it, and then the pass just a little too far for Smith, and another turnover on the transition.
Well, I like the thought, get those quick fast break points, but as we talked about, another turnover.
Miller hands it off and now gets it back from Franklin. Into the corner for Mettler. Mettler will put it on the floor up top for Wilson. Miller trying to find some room. Ran into a wall. Cardinals throw it down court. Too far for Schmidt, and they turn it back over.
Again, I like the thought of getting that quick fast break point, but just the passes aren't where they need to be.
offensive foul. Tatum Miller with a push on Kaylin Green way away from the ball. And I don't know if she was a little frustrated that she took it in, and I did not see the play. If there was, she's obviously doesn't believe there was much of a push there. But I think she wanted some contact on her last drive. And that's number 3 on Tatum Miller. Green will put it on the floor, get behind Wilson, take it on the run. All the way to the other end, the bucket and the foul. As she got just enough contact for Mia Metler.
Yeah, again, just you make something happen. Just a hustle play by Kaylin Green, and she's able to get the bucket, an opportunity for a three-point play. Look at the fake that she did in terms of thought maybe she was going to distribute it to a teammate. Defense felt that. She made them think that, and she's able to get the bucket and an opportunity for that extra point.
Green able to make it a three-point play and a 4-point lead for the Cardinals. Wilson drives to the other end, gets contact, gets to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to go against Bierman.
That's Bierman's first, 8th team. Osseo definitely would like some other athletes to get into the scoring column. She has, Wilson has 15 of the 26 points.
We have a youth girls basketball team up top and the other end. Kaylin Green, a solid drive for the basket.
She has 10.
And I've got to say, those young ladies have some lungs over there.
They do.
And they make it loud. Three-pointer for Wilson. And yeah, she's an impressive player. 18 points in the first half. And then a steal, make it 20. And we're tied at 31. And she's just all over the place trying to get another steal. Instead, we'll pick up another foul.
Yeah, that's foul she doesn't want to commit. Now that's her second. But yeah, she's at her average here, and it's a minute 34 remaining in the opening half.
Bierman at the free throw line. 94 seconds remain in this tie contest. First half of said tie contest. And able to roll that one home as well. Wilson down the left side. Will pick, set up. Metler, a three-pointer from the corner that won't fall. The rebound on the ground. Green able to come away with it, but then it's taken right back. And Choi, long two-pointer won't go. Smith has position for the board.
Just about a minute left.
Green drives. Glenn there to clean up the glass.
Yeah, no backside defense that time for the Orioles, and Glenn made them pay. 4-point lead for Coon Rapids with 50 seconds remaining.
Wilson finds room. Shot won't go. Bierman has the rebound. Bierman driving straight to the basket and scoring. Oh, and then called for the offensive foul, and that is a huge charge call.
Yep, that takes the points away. Let's take another look at that. Oh, she was walking backwards. That's
Well, as long as it's straight back.
No, I get it.
Choi to Metler. 15-footer is short. Glenn has the rebound. Green up court with 15 seconds to go. Finds Schmidt. She finds the basket. Choi. That's an offensive foul all day long. Lowered the shoulder.
Well, they call. They called a.
This has to be a charge.
Oh yeah, how's that not?
They're discussing it. Choi is standing at the free throw line.
Well, as she should be. Sell it.
So the call changed on the floor. It will be a third foul against Persia Glenn, and it will put Choi at the line with 2.2 to go. Second one rims out. Bierman glance at the clock, no chance to get a shot off, but Cardinals are going to the locker room up by 5, considering a slow start, plagued with a lot of turnovers. A great job to storm back and take a lead at the half. We'll be back with more from the Fieldhouse after this on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Back at Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, Coon Rapids a 37-32 lead as we reach the break. And how we talked about it at the Open. The Cardinals just one win on the season, but this is an opportunity against an Osseo team that is vulnerable.
They're vulnerable. Only 4 wins on the season, and I would, I haven't seen every girls game, but I would have to say this is the best half of basketball of the season for the Cardinals.
Well, for a team that came into the game averaging 37 points per game, they have 37 in the first half. And they have not found an answer yet to young Miss Wilson, who is at her average of 20 points in the first half. She has 20 of Osseo's 32 points in the contest. But the Cardinals have had a number of different contributors. Casey Beck off to a nice start. Persia Glenn, really impressive off the bench. Not only the way she's scored, but she's come up with some great defensive plays and rebounds as well. And the Cardinals just resilient. Had a lot of turnovers, especially early in the half. Never let Osseo get more than 5 points ahead. They get hot at the right time.
Yeah,
takes a lead to the locker room, but still 18 minutes to go on the other side of this break.
And you look at the scoreboard, there's, a lot of players are contributing here. Green with 10. Beck's played well. Beck has I don't know how many points she's got. She's not on the scoreboard right now. But, you know, and Persia Glenn, you talked about, with eight points on the night. And this getting that contribution from athletes off the bench as well, really important for this Cardinal team. I'm sure Coach Bierman's got a spirited message in the locker room to his girls. And on the other side, Coach Erline, too, he's got to be a little disappointed with the amount of turnovers that Coon Rapids has had in that first half, that his team wasn't able to score more points. A lot of fouls committed, especially by Osseo. So I think both of those things needed to be cleaned up on that end as well. But a really nice half of basketball for Coon Rapids.
Beck also has 8 points for the Cardinals at the break. They have a 5-point lead. We'll see if they can turn it into their first conference victory of the season. Cardinals and the Orioles back on the floor when we return on CTN. Howie, do you know why fish are so bad at volleyball? Because they're afraid of the net.
Why me?
Why couldn't the volleyball player cross the road? There were too many bumps. Why was Cinderella kicked off the team? Because she ran away from the ball.
I hate you.
Back at Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, second half just underway. Osseo the opening possession, trailing by 5. They led most of the first half. A White three-pointer is off the mark. Wilson can't get the rebound. Green has it for the Cardinals and quickly to the other end of the floor.
Yeah, I think Coon Rapids again going to work their offense. They've got a 5-point lead.
Smith, the long three-pointer, long rebound, tracked down by Hargrove. And she had Choi all alone behind the defense, and a little indecision cost her as she shuffled her feet. I like Smith's no hesitation to take that shot. It was the right play. They had bodies underneath, and she had a wide open look. Another opportunity, and this one just short. Hargrove gets the rebound, kicks it out to Choi this time. Numbers on the run. The bounce pass to Wilson. Her shot is over the top. She felt like she should have gotten a foul on Bierman, and you can see that. Schmidt can't get it to go. Hargrove has the rebound for Osseo. And now Miller.
Yeah, Schmidt had a hurrier shot that time. Good defense.
Choi scoring at the other end. Green had it poked away by White. And then Green is going to be called for the foul, trying to keep White from getting away.
That's her second, just the first so far on the Cardinals here in the second half.
Choi thought about the shot, puts it on the floor instead, gets some contact. The bucket will count, and she's got a chance to tie it from the line.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Osseo coming back and doing a nice job here in the second half to start.
That's number 3 against Schmidt. And a lot of fouls on both sides.
Too many.
In the first half, so we'll see how much players are limited by foul trouble throughout the second half. Persia Glenn will check back in. Talked about 8 points off the bench, but 3 fouls in that first half as well. So now your two big bodies underneath, each saddled with 3 fouls. Glenn, a good rebound, gets it to Green. Green able to split the defense, will take it all the way to the other end. Left-hander won't fall. Choi in traffic, gets fouled. Casey Beck.
Yep, that'd be her second. Already 3 team fouls here on the Cardinals. We'll watch that situation as the game unfolds.
Choi working against Smith into the front court, left side for Miller. Hands it off. Wilson will fire the 3. Off the mark. Hargrove all alone underneath. Osseo is back in front, 38-37.
Yeah, that time no backside defense.
Smith for 3 at the other end. Can't get it to go. A scramble for the rebound. White comes away with it. White thought about a 3, instead puts it on the floor, spins, kicks it out. Hargrove, a lot of room, knocks it down.
Cardinals got to do a better job that time stepping up on the defensive end. You let her have all day to look at that.
9 unanswered points by Osseo to start this second half. Good pressure, forces the turnover. Wilson.
You see the step out. Nice job burying the 3.
Beck picking up her 3rd foul.
Yes,
so now all 3 of your post players have 3 fouls each. Free throw in and out for Alea Wilson. Yeah, they bring the noise over there.
They do.
That's the rowdy section.
I like it. Five-point lead for the Orioles. Oh.
Wilson jumps the passing lane, takes it in alone and scores.
She has 23. They're going to call Wilson for the foul. That's her 3rd. Called her for the push.
Bierman drops it into Glenn, turns and off the glass, can't get it to go. Big Green is there to clean it up.
Yeah, nice job by Kaylin Green just to be on that far side, realizing she had that opportunity to put the miss back, and she did. She's got a dozen.
White underneath, kicks it out. Miller right back to the paint, bucket and the foul.
Then tried to make something happen, drives the lane, able to get the soft little floater up and gets the contact. Opportunity for a 3-point play here. Miller.
Foul number 3, as you mentioned, on Kaylin Green. Persia Glenn goes to the bench. Ashley Flynn getting some minutes underneath. As Miller converts, makes it an 8-point lead, largest lead of the night for Osseo. Outscoring the Cardinals 15-2 through the first 4 minutes of this second half. Green spinning, working against Wilson. Gets inside, bucket and the foul.
Yeah, again, it's just persistent. Get off the dribble. And just able to sneak her way inside. That's Josiah White. That's her 3rd.
Now they've got 3 players on the floor with 3 fouls each. You can see the reaction from White. Clearly did not agree, but that's common. Wilson, bucket and the foul. Trips down court without a foul have become the rarity.
There's been so many fouls. That's already 5 team fouls on Coon Rapids.
Wilson converts. And it is 50-42. Or 49. Flynn drives and scores. Choi tried to draw contact. Certainly got some contact.
Got a nice dish by Green to get her to the basket.
Hargrove in the left corner. Lost the handle, able to recover. Choi steps into a jump shot and knocks it down. White rips it away from Bierman, fights her way back to the lane, can't get it to go. Miller is going to be called for the foul as she hooked with the elbow.
Is that her 4th?
Yes, sir. I understand arguing some of the others, but that one was kind of clear cut.
Yeah,
that
it
one
was.
But you have to give the palms up, open-jawed response to any foul. It's just the way it's played. Flynn running into the lane and called for the charge. White getting position to take the contact.
So that's her 2nd, team 7th.
Wilson steps back, jump shot rolls out, rebound by Palmer. Tried to save it, but right to Hargrove, and then Hargrove.
She got fouled.
Well, of course, there was a possession. There had to be a foul,
exactly.
Right? I mean, I say it somewhat sarcastically, but at the same time, it feels like there have been fewer offensive possessions without a foul than with.
Now that's 3 on Flynn. She just came in off the bench, picking up 3 quick ones. Beck's back in with 3. Green with 3.
Back clears some room. Jump shot won't go. White has the rebound. Wilson working right side, right in front of the Osseo bench. We'll get it to White. She turns and faces against Beck, gets the foul, and drops the basket anyway.
That's going to give the Orioles now a 10-point lead. That's Beck's 4th. She's going to have to come out. Schmidt and Glenn come back in for the Cardinals.
Free throw rattles around and out. Glenn able to get the rebound, get it over to Palmer. Bierman couldn't hold the pass. Choi was in there as well, and she will have the last touch, so Cardinals will keep possession. Inbound to Glenn. She bobbled it a bit in traffic and Somehow there was no contact that time. So we got that possession without a foul. Saved by Choi, but right to Palmer. Palmer waits for some traffic to clear. That pass was deflected. It gets through to Bierman. She runs too much off the glass. Rebound by Papa. And now Hargrove will carry up court for the Orioles. Hargrove for three. Shot won't fall. Wilson had the rebound. Palmer tied her up. And the possession arrow favors Coon Rapids.
Nothing called that time. I was kind of surprised there was a lot of contact there with the amount of fouls that have been called here tonight.
Or maybe they reached their quota.
Is there a quota? We'll find out.
Wilson got a tip on it. Bierman tracks it down, races in against Mitchell, and then the shot left up. Cardinal fans groan, wanted a foul, won't get it. Choi at the other end. And the whistles have gone silent. Now there's one, and that was, yeah. How could you not? I suppose you could argue there was incidental contact.
There was, I think there kind of was.
Two players running together kind of got their feet tangled.
They did. We'll take another look at that.
There you see Mitchell is clearly looking over his shoulder at the ball, but Bierman gets a foul and will go to line to shoot two. That's going to be number 4 on Choi.
Both teams testing their bench here.
I got to say, both coaches have exceptional footwear. Coach Erline's got
no, those are
got
Nike.
some orange Nikes. They almost look red against the redness of the Cardinal floor, but they're orange.
It's old school.
They're burnt orange. I like them. And on the other side, some classic red and black Jordans.
Yeah.
I mean, those are like what you wear with a tuxedo to a business interview. You say you wear a tuxedo and tennis shoes to a business interview? Yes, I get my tips from Step Brothers.
You're just coming to play.
Tashia Anderson at the free throw line. Able to hit 1 and 2. Bierman tracks down the rebound in the corner. Double team comes, poked away. Anderson had her pocket picked by Bierman. Wilson got a piece of it, but Bierman got it to Palmer. Work it back to Bierman underneath, and she lays it in.
Yeah, just a quick release by Bierman, able to get that basket. She has 10.
Papa for 3 from the top of the key, won't go. Glenn has the rebound. Bierman's left-hander won't fall. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Hargrove. And that's going to be number 4 against Persia Glen. Wilson also converting 1 of 2. So again, Cardinals could be falling much further behind. Timeout by the Cardinals, wisely called.
Yeah, because they were going to lose
after
possession.
a near strip, and good hustle play by Keelan Green, reaching out for that ball. Was going to try and find a teammate, but a smart heads-up timeout by the Cardinal bench.
Yeah, she knew if there was that tie-up, they'd lose possession. So Coach Bierman smartly calls that timeout. Why Wilson getting must have a cut of some sort, getting some tension from trainer Jeremy Shepard.
None better.
Trainer extraordinaire.
Best in the business.
You bet. He got me back in shape, missing shots from half court. I continue to miss them.
I'll bet that's the last one you've attempted.
It's definitely the last one I've attempted. It will be the last one I attempt.
Bierman, jump shot is good.
Cardinals able to whittle this lead down to 6, 9:23 remaining. Bierman has a dozen.
In the lane, getting the roll is Wilson.
Wilson's with 29 to lead all scorers.
Schmidt's shot blocked away by Wilson. Good hustle on defense.
Yeah, Wilson coming down, getting a hand on that.
Well, the Orioles came out and scored the first 12 points of this second half. They've pretty much traded baskets ever since. But Cardinals need more than to trade baskets at this point midway through the second half.
No, they can't trade baskets. I mean, there's still plenty of time left.
Well, and they definitely closed out the first half better than they started.
They did.
White, nice moves to find room against Glenn, and she gets in, makes it a 10-point lead once more. Shot won't go for Green. Rebound by Mitchell, and she traveled.
Rock, yeah. Hey, good defense, good pressure by Green, as you talked about. She forced that travel.
Inbound, easily taken away by Wilson. Runs to the other end and is called for the charge. That's her 4th.
That's a big one. Still plenty of time left. Your leading scorer with now 4 personals. We'll see if Coach Erline decides to leave her in. And he's shaking his head, not happy with that call. But nonetheless, it's going to be called. Miller in for Wilson.
Wilson with a smirk on her face as she returns to the bench. Green, bounce pass to Glenn. She scores.
And that great, really nice way to distribute the basketball for Green. Just, she's going down the middle of that defense, able to find Glenn there on the wing. Glenn has 10.
And a foul.
Again, the little head fake and the pass over to Glenn.
Aaliyah Graham called for the foul. It will put Araya Mitchell at the line to shoot 2 as we are into the double bonus.
It's his second personal on Graham. Hargrove back in for the Orioles.
Inbound to Green. She gets a corner, drives the length, and lays it in.
She has 17.
Hargrove working right side, kicks it back out for Franklin. Franklin backs away from Graham. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Mitchell.
Oh, great steal.
Green jumps a passing lane on the breakaway at the other end. Will lay it in. And they're going to call the foul. Contact was awfully late.
Green close to her season high at 21. I mean, just a great job defensively. And then she finishes it with the harm. And that's a foul that you shouldn't commit. I mean, she had
mostly because it's not a foul.
She got
the only reason Green went to the ground was because she was looking back over her head to see if the ball went in. I mean,
well, don't even make it close. They would call a foul
agreed.
In that situation because she already had the bucket.
Agreed.
Nonetheless, Coon Rapids whittling that lead down again. We'll see how long Wilson stays on the bench. She's coming in now.
Well, when you're more than half the team scoring, can't stay out long. Nice feed. White finds Hargrove in the paint for the basket. .7:15 to play. It's a 6-point game, so could go either way. But
at this point, yes.
Coon Rapids needs to get some momentum. They really have not been able to do anything as far as stringing points together here in the second half yet.
Yeah, no, but they're obviously keeping it close. They did a really good job. They had a 10 or a 12-point lead at one time, but I know it was at least 10, the Orioles, and now they've been able to whittle it down here.
Yep, 10. It's gotten to 10 a couple of times.
Yep.
But no higher.
Nope. So if you're Coon Rapids, you got to go after Wilson a little bit, get her to commit that fifth foul.
Well, and tough for a Tiger to change its stripes. Part of Wilson's game clearly from what we've seen is tenacity on defense.
Very aggressive.
And will be interesting to see if she changes her approach to the contest to try and keep from picking up number 5. Bierman drives, shot off the back of the iron. Rebound taken by Choi. To the other end, can't get it to go. Wilson, the rebound, will get a foul and go to the line to shoot 2. Palmer called for the foul.
That would have been a big bucket if she could have dropped it, but now earning them from the charity stripe. Isn't even 30.
Yeah, she's been good.
She's all that she's been advertised as, leading scorer on this team. Very, very aggressive on both ends of the court.
Bierman looking for room on the right side. Double team comes, finds Glenn. Jump shot is good.
Oh, steal there.
She's got a dozen. And a basket.
All of a sudden leads at 4.
Mitchell kicks it out. And Bierman going to be called here as she tripped up Wilson trying to get around the corner.
Yeah, not the play you want to put at the line either. That'd be her 3rd foul, Bierman.
Wilson able to make them both. It's a 6-point deficit for the Cardinals with just over 6 minutes remaining. Palmer on the left side into Glenn.
Oh.
Nice move to get around the corner and score. She's got 14.
Yeah, she's really had a nice game off the bench. Cardinals just keeping this game close.
Wilson into the middle, all the way across, finds room. Jump shot is off the mark. Hargrove right there to clean up the glass.
Yeah, just no backdoor defense that time for Coon Rapids, able to allow Hargrove to get the easy look. Hargrove has 11.
Green spinning in against Choi. Too much on the shot. The rebound by Wilson. The foul by Palmer. And Alea Wilson will go back to the charity stripe.
Yeah, just continuing to add to her total for the night.
In and out.
Casey Beck back in for Coon Rapids. Sophia Smith as well.
Wilson makes one of two. I've got her for 12 of her 34 points coming from the free throw line.
She's automatic from just about from the free throw line.
I think that's still with about a 75% free throw shooting. She has 12. Orioles beat him back down the floor, but White couldn't have laid it up any more softly than that. It just rolls off the top. White gets in, gets the steal. Choi had trouble tracking it down in the corner, got it to Wilson. Wilson pulls up, shot won't go. Hargrove can't get the follow through.
It's Smith on the, did they get Smith on the? No, Bierman.
It's going to be Bierman, number
That's
4.
Yep.
So Beck and Bierman each with 4. Schmidt, good position to get the rebound off the miss. It's an 8-point deficit as Green comes up court. Isolated against Wilson, takes her to the hole. Can't get the shot to fall. Wilson gets the rebound.
That's close.
Up court, Choi, one step, can't get it to go. Hargrove there to put it home. Back to a 10-point lead. Back in the post, working against White, able to score. And a timeout.
Get a nice feed from Green right underneath to Beck, and Beck makes the easy bucket in close. 8-point lead for the Orioles.
Well, they've kept it close, and we talked about, they hadn't had any spurts here in this second half, really, to speak of. Now they are starting to run out of time and needing that spurt to come quickly.
Well, you talked about it. They certainly cannot afford to trade baskets with the Orioles, and so obviously stops on defense are so important.
Choi on the inbound, runs to the front court, trailed by Sophia Smith. Up top for Miller. Orioles can afford to take plenty of time with every possession. White backs out, has room, takes the shot. Can't get it to fall. Cardinals able to collapse on the rebound. Back into the front court, watched by Hargrove.
Yep, important possession for the Cardinals here off the miss.
It's going to go against Hargrove.
That'll be her third.
Green at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. But this will be the final 1-and-1 as the Cardinals will go to double bonus. Green hits them both. Having a career night.
Yep,
22.
Season high for her.
Career
Yep.
high. I mean, she's just a freshman, but
either way, it's her high night. She's played really well.
She has, absolutely, and that is a tough foul for Josiah White. On the offensive.
Yeah, Coach
Erline does not like it,
he
does not agree.
Not like the call.
Well, that's number 4 against White as well. Green drives, lost the handle. A lot of traffic there. Wilson comes away with it for the Orioles. Orioles reset. And again, they're going to be more than happy being patient and getting a good shot. Choi to the corner. Miller for 3. It's short. Gets her own rebound. Nobody picks her up. She'll come over to the other side, back out, and reset the offense. Hargrove will hand it back to Miller. Green jumps the passing lane, breakaway, lays it in.
Nice job, got a good jump in front, cuts the lead back to 4 with 2 minutes remaining.
And if you're Osseo, the clock's still your friend. You still want to take time off the clock if possible, but you must convert on your possessions.
You must.
Another look at Green jump in the passing lane.
Yeah. And just a nice finish at the end. Big free throws here for the Orioles.
Choi's got a dozen above her average. She averages about 9 points a game coming in. That one's off the mark, and with every miss, Cardinals' hopes float that much higher. A little trouble on the handoff. Cardinals able to regain control. Back working against White, and White is going to foul out. She thought she drew the offensive. Instead, her night is over. Coach Erline Askin felt there was a little bit of a chicken wing, a little bit of a push out by
there was.
Casey Beck,
But it was after the foul called.
Big free throws here for Casey Beck. It's a single possession game.
Yeah, Beck with 11.
Miller leaves it with Choi into the corner for Mitchell. Wilson guarded by Palmer up top. We'll hand it off. We're under 90 seconds remaining in this regulation contest. Choi looking for some room, finds Mitchell. Back up top to Choi. And a reach in on Smith.
That's the first personal on Smith. Big miss. Bierman back in.
Persia Glenn back in as well. Choi able to hit the second one, at least make it a two-possession game. Bierman runs the floor. Shot comes up empty. Rebound tip to the corner. Green recovers. Back for three. It's good.
Casey Beck with a huge three-point shot. We're under a minute remaining. Cardinals trail by 1, and they call a timeout to talk about things with less than 55 ticks on this clock. Wow, talk about a clutch three. She has 15.
Well, and again, this is the best offensive output of the season by the Cardinals.
There you see the Becks. They're enjoying this performance from their daughter, but a little nerve-wracking after being down by 10 a couple of times, as we talked about. They were able to cut this lead now just to 1.
Casey with last 5 points in the game for the Cardinals, none bigger than that three-pointer.
Yes.
As we go into the final minute. Osseo with the slimmest of leads. They will have the basketball. Cardinals on an 11-2 run over the last couple of minutes. We talked about it with about 4 minutes left. They needed that surge to come, and it came. Miller back to Choi. She's fouled by Smith. Will go to the line. Choi is a really pretty free throw shot. A lot of arc on it, but she has struggled the last couple of trips.
That big one's here.
Green and Bierman will check back in for the offensive side of the ball. You have to look at that as well. If this were to go to overtime, you have to conserve as many as many fouls as you can. Keep as many players on the court. It's a 2-point game. Sophia Smith has it in the corner. Hands it off. Casey Beck. Green working against Wilson. Spins to the lane. Shot won't go. Wilson has the rebound. She's fouled with 25 seconds to go. It's going to go against Beck, and that's going to be her 5th. She'll foul out with 15.
That's unfortunate. But again, not the last Oriole you want to see at the free throw line.
Glenn and Bierman each have 14.
Green with 24.
Green with 24.
Yeah. And Beck fouls out with 15.
She needs to hit them both to make it a two-possession game once more.
Exactly, be huge. She was a little the scoring drought for a little bit. She's 35, but they kept her down for a good portion of the back half of the second half, but she hits them both.
Bierman, a long three off the glass, won't go. The rebound by Miller gets it to Wilson. Under 15 seconds remain, and she's going to make you foul her. She's a smart basketball player, and this instead is deflected out of bounds.
Originally, they called it Coon Rapids way, but they're changing it back, changing it to Osseo.
10 seconds left. You don't even need to pass. Choi's going to do the smart thing, wait for the foul. And Osseo is going to hang on here. But a valiant effort by the Cardinals down the stretch.
Solid.
Bring it back within a 1-point game, and then just, unfortunately, they're going to end up coming up short. Choi hits them both. She's got 16.
The largest offensive output for the Cardinals all season. They scored 73 in their win over Washburn.
That one well short for Green. The buzzer will sound, and this game is over.
A tough loss for the Cardinals, but as you talked about, a valiant effort, being down by 10 a few times here in the second half, and they were able to cut that lead and just come up a little bit short. They will fall to 1-14. The Orioles will move to 5-9 on the season.
Yeah, 4 players in double digits, as we talked about. Kaylin Green, a career game with 24.
Yep.
Casey Beck, one of her better performances of the season with 15. Beck and Bierman and Glenn with 14 each. I'm pretty sure that's a season high for Persia Glenn. I believe that Bierman has had 16 a couple of occasions. But still, across the board, a night with a lot of positives for the Cardinals.
Yeah, they'll take those positives. Obviously, they would have liked the W, and that's what they were shooting for. But unfortunately, they weren't able to get it tonight. But again, a solid effort from Coon Rapids. You know, you're a 1-14 team, but they certainly did not look like a 1-14 team for a good portion of this contest.
I would agree with that. Well, we are taking the show on the road on Thursday. Boys hockey against the Elk River Elks. Girls hockey on Saturday over at the Forum as they host Northern Tier. And we'll see the boys hockey team again against Eastridge. Knock on wood that the weather will allow it to happen this time.
Yes, let's hope so.
But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Osseo 80, Coon Rapids 74. I want to thank everyone out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.